Capitol riot, the twice-impeached ex-president was booted off social media when the tech company leaders concluded that his posts were increasing the risk of real-world violence. Well, today, Donald Trump announced that he is suing Twitter, Facebook, Google, and their respective CEOs. His lawsuit threat comes 1 month after Facebook upheld its temporary ban against him and Twitter, once his favorite platform permanently banned him. Trump argues that those bans, imposed by private social media companies, amount to an infringement of his First Amendment rights.
We're asking the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida to order an immediate halt to social media companies' illegal, shameful censorship. We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling. If they can do it to me, they can do it to anyone.
Almost immediately, the disgraced former president began fundraising off the threatened lawsuit. Barbara McQuade, on our air, you talked about Trump's chances in this lawsuit against the social media giants. I think you said there were little to none. Since then, his lead attorney has been on Fox commenting on your comments, suggesting that the social media companies actually can be subject to First Amendment censorship laws, even though they're private companies. I don't mean to get you into a tit for tat, but they are private companies. The First Amendment speaks about government censorship.
Yeah, the first 5 words of the First Amendment are, Congress shall make no law abridging the right to free speech. It requires government action. It's about protecting the rights of all of us from government overreach. And so Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, these are all private companies. They don't have First Amendment rights that can be recovered for in a lawsuit. It's as if, Allie, you had a gathering at your home and somebody came in and started screaming and inciting violence in your home. You could ask him to leave if he was disrupting your other guests. It's exactly the same thing when it comes to social media companies. So I think this lawsuit is going nowhere.
But there might be some purpose to this lawsuit. You surmise that this might actually be exactly what happened today. Trump announced the lawsuit. First thing he did after that is he announced fundraising.
Yeah, I think, there are a couple motives that might be animating this lawsuit. Number one is a distraction, getting the indictment from last week off the headlines, out of the newspapers about the indictment of the Trump Organization and Weisselberg. And instead, once again, President Trump using this as an opportunity to express a grievance and raise funds off it. And, the line he used that you played in that clip is just so telling. He has structured this as a class action, not just he himself seeking, all others who are similarly situated, other people kicked off of social media. This is his cry of, if they can do this to me, they can do this to you. And so that is a manipulation tactic that we see President Trump use constantly. And I think this lawsuit is not going to go anywhere. And I think one of the tells is if he were to expect this lawsuit to advance, he would have to be prepared to produce discovery about his conduct on January 6th, which is the topic of his exclusion from these social media companies. He most certainly doesn't want to go there, and he likely knows he won't have to because this lawsuit will be dismissed summarily.